So I'm guessing that RPG there is decommissioned, I assume?
It is
That
now.
is.
I mean, yes.
So I'm Beto, and today we're going to be trying to sell this Nighthawk to local, small-town, rural gun shops. So why would that be interesting at all? This Nighthawk Custom 1911 here is probably the last gun a local, small-town shop would ever want to buy. These custom high-end pistols are just that, custom, made for you. So if someone really wanted one, they'd buy one first-hand and not second-hand at some local shop. Single gunsmith, all hand-fitted. It has draft bone grips and nickel plating, which is not really offered anymore. All the engravings are hand done, and it's got gold in its front sight. But the worst part is it cost me $9,000. It even comes with, ow! Shot on my finger. And it comes in a custom hardwood walnut case, but I still don't think this was a good investment. It was either a Rolex or this, and I may have chose wrong. Here is a close-up of the Nighthawk with its nickel finish and draft bone grips, its jeweled Chip McCormick magazines, and its hand-done engravings. The other point to this video is to just meet some local shop owners and build some connections. So far, this channel has mainly been shorts where I talk about things that interest me in the firearms world, but having access to new firearms is extremely important, and if people are willing to be in this video, they might be willing to help me in the future. So let's head to the first shop. So before we head out, let me give a prediction. First, if I uploaded this video, that means by the end, something interesting happened. Second, the internet is absolutely filled with people trying to sell similar Nighthawk 1911s for $7,000 to $10,000. I bought mine for $9,000, but I assume the offers will be about $3,000. So we're here at the first stop, which is going to be Olstead Gun Shop in Olstead, New Hampshire. It seems to be exactly the type of shop we're looking for, a small rural New Hampshire gun shop, which probably is not going to be interested in a $9,000 Nighthawk. This is what most gun shops look like in New Hampshire. Lots of hunting equipment and self-defense handguns, although you will still find military surplus like these two British Lee Enfields or this Chinese SKS. This here is an extremely dark piece of Russian history. This is to teach Soviet children how to operate the Mosin Nagant 9130 so they'd have a better chance in World War II. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This is a child's rifle in .22 caliber that for some reason is in the shape of a Mosin Nagant 9130. Here I had this firearm. So it's a Nighthawk Custom, nickel plated with draft bone grips. Yeah, I'm just seeing what local shops will offer for it around New Hampshire.
Well, that is a pretty gun.
That's why I got it, but
No, it's a lovely finish. Yeah, nice coloring and texture on those grips. Yeah, it was very nice.
yeah, draft bone. I think it's red spotted draft. It's unique.
Yeah, that's a nice trigger.
All hand fitted.
Yeah, definitely. Boy, boy, I can't really feel any movement in that slide. That is a really, really snug net fit on that gun. Yeah. That is well made. There's no question. Not really surprising at all.
Then a separate company makes those magazines.
Yep.
I forget.
Chip McCormick. They've always made high quality mags. I really like Chip McCormick mags. Those are nice. Very nice. I like that gold dot front sight. That's a nice touch. One of the questions I've got is, do you know if it's hand engraved or do they machine engrave?
It is hand engraved. I know that.
Engraved. That's lovely engraving, and you can tell by the feel of it. You can feel the sharpness in it. It has a texture and feel that makes it real. I don't deliberately try to make that rhyme, but really, that's a fact. There are people out there who appreciate that level of skill. Mm-hmm. You can make a machine do anything, but to have a human being do that, that's extraordinary.
Yes.
Yeah, because you're not going to ask me to engrave nothing. Trust me.
Yeah. I can barely draw. I'm not engraving anything.
Yeah. Given some thought to this, there's two approaches to this. We could always offer to buy the pistol from you, but I know how much they are. I mean, retail-wise, when they sold these new, $89.99. The real key here is to sell it at a price that gives somebody an incentive to buy it over the others that are out there. There's two others I found that are out there. There's one up on Gunbroker right now for $9,000, and there's another one on Guns America for $11,000. What are you trying to get out of the pistol? You know they don't make them anymore. We both know that.
Yeah. Realistically, in a perfect world, it would be $6,500.
Considering what they cost in terms of retail and so on, your numbers aren't unrealistic. If you were trying to get $6,500 for this, you can always consign it with us, and we'll do the work. I mean, we'll advertise it, we'll take the photographs, we put it out there. It's really a matter of time. But that would be almost the ideal way of getting you as much value back for this as possible.
If someone wanted you to buy that directly, what price do you think you would be willing to pay?
Considering where the gun's at in terms of what you've got, and I'm assuming the risk of selling it, I'd probably want to be in it for like $3,500.
See, that's what I assumed was realistic.
I'd want to be in it for $3,500 because I have bought firearms that I've had for 2, 3, 4 years, looking for that right person. Mm-hmm. What do you think of the suggestion? You want to give it some thought?
Yeah, we already planned on traveling around today, so we'll go and see. But consignment realistically is the most profitable way to do this.
I tell a lot of guys, if you're not under pressure to sell and you have some time, okay, that's the right way to approach it because you'll get the best value out of it moving forward.
So stop one went very well in my opinion. Tom, the owner, was very knowledgeable and helpful, and here's the best part. After we spoke off camera, I explained how I film my shorts. I use a green screen to talk about historical firearms or topics in the firearms world that I find interesting. He showed me a space where I could film and said in the future to contact him and I'll be able to film with some of their interesting stuff. In terms of the Nighthawk, he gave sort of what I thought was going to happen. It is a very low offer, but it is a realistic offer. The other option, which I never even thought about, was consignment, which other than online auctions, that's probably the best way for me to sell this if I really did want to sell it. There's a woman in front of the camera. I'm facing it towards me, but it kind of looks like I'm filming her, which I don't like. One thing that would help me a lot to get connections is if you followed my Instagram at master.beto. Sponsors often ask for my Instagram, which has no following, so that's, sort of biting me in the butt here. For our second stop, we are here at Pete's Gun and Tackle, which is the oldest still in operation gun shop in New Hampshire. They're in the process of closing right now, so I'm not sure if they're going to make an offer, but it'll be interesting to see the shop and meet new people. So here's the pistol I called about. So it's 45, obviously, nickel plated, all hand fitted. The grips are draft. The front sight is 18 karat gold. It is a bit obnoxious, I'll say. So you mentioned on the phone that this was the oldest gun shop in New Hampshire, is that?
Yep, oldest gun store in the state and oldest family-owned gun store in the state.
Can I pick up this mortar shell here?
Yep, by all means. Yeah. As far as this, consignment-wise, we make 20% on consignment.
It's pretty standard.
In here, realistically, for faster sale, I would say $6,500. Get a higher price and sit here for a little bit longer, would be $7,000. In that case, if it was $7,000, you'd be looking at $5,600 walking away with. If we were to buy it outright, 20% less than that, so you'd be looking at right about $4,000.
Okay. So we spoke to their employee and we were offered a pretty standard consignment deal, although they're probably not going to be open long enough to actually sell it. The employee we spoke to, though, had an amazing laugh. So we're going to head to another shop and see if we have better luck, although it's not looking good right now. So we're here at a third stop, which is going to be Next Level Firearms in Salem, New Hampshire. Over the phone, these guys sounded very enthusiastic to help with the channel. They said they had a bunch of cool military surplus stuff for me to check out, so let's see if we can get an offer and see what they got. But this is Yeah, it's a Nighthawk VIP. It's got the draft bone grips, nickel plating. It's got, I believe, 18 karat gold in its front sight.
That is nice. I do like the engravings on that. That's all hand engraved, you said?
Yes, it's all hand engraved, hand fitted as well. Their whole thing is one gunsmith, one gun. So
That's the old way of doing it, and I actually prefer that. 24 karat gold front sight, you said?
I think it's 18 karat gold.
Durability.
And then the magazines, I believe, are Chip McCormick. Is that who?
Yeah, and they jeweled them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just trying to see what local gun shops would actually offer for it.
So, where I would be for something like this, where this is a niche item, I would be happy to consign it for you, or I can see maybe what we would be willing to offer.
Okay. I mean, I'll, yeah, if you want to take a look at it.
Yeah,
for a
you
few
mind if I do
minutes,
some research on this?
I'll look around the shop. And,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys got a bunch of crazy stuff. So
Thank you.
There's just a pile of Lugers here. I like that. There's a P38 in here as well. It's the top all American, and then
So American, the next shelf down would be German, and then once we get a little more expansion, we're going to be putting some other stuff out.
this has a 1-inch rifled barrel.
I don't know anything about guns though. I'm a barista at Starbucks.
Is there aerial mines?
Drop them from the sky, they land, they blow up tanks.
Are these American or are these
Russian.
Russian? Okay.
So I'll show you. So they'll put them in loading tubes, and when they come over the top, the tube, they'll loosen this and they'll drop in and they'll set.
Yep.
So what happens is this will come open, you drop it into the tube, that would slide off. So obviously those would be inside. When they come down, those fins will open up and they'll stabilize on the way down.
That is really cool. You guys just got an entire crate of them.
Well, almost. 2 of them are missing.
Ooh, can I see that Nambu right there? I've never seen one of these in a gun shop before. I mean,
I've been told they were more common early 90s, stuff like that, but now they're becoming a little harder and harder to come by. The ammo is difficult. It's 8mm Nambu. I think some of the cheapest stuff I've seen for new production is about $2.50 a shot. And that's even a little high for my blood there.
so I thought this was a night vision sight, but as you can see, it is a corner shot.
Straight down to looking over. The idea is now I can look up over stairwells, around corners without exposing my body, down over stairwells, stuff like that. So, I mean, the Russians were known for making all that weird stuff, you know? If I was to buy it outright from you, I'd probably be around $6,000 for buying outright. The reason why I say that is because I'm looking at it, I'm taking the risk, how long is it going to take for me to sell. On top of that too, it's finding the right person to get it. You will always make more selling it yourself, if you can sell it yourself. I'm not saying you can't.
That is a good offer overall. That, I mean, it's about thinking about if I do want to take the loss now or if I want to hold on to it and keep it as a memento.
Yeah, I completely understand. It's definitely a difficult pill to swallow, especially when you pay so much money or something. But if there's something I can help you with, or if we can come to a deal, I'll be happy to help you. Either way, nice talking with you.
Yeah, it was good meeting you. So something amazing just happened for the future of this channel. Here's the amazing thing. Once the cameras were cut, once everything was done, I had a conversation with Brian, the owner, and Dan, the gun guy. And they gave me a gift that I couldn't have even dreamed to ask for. They're giving me access to everything they own, both in their personal collections and in the store. I'm talking machine guns, both new and old, military surplus equipment, display rocket launchers and grenades, attachments. They said I can film whenever I want, however I want. We can go to the range, we can test things, I can bring in a green screen. You have no idea what this does for the channel. Plus, the Nighthawk offer was much higher than everyone else. I think he wants it for his personal collection. This opens up all sort of opportunities for the channel. So please subscribe and follow me on Instagram at master.beto. Sponsors need me to have an Instagram following for some reason. Have a great day, and I'm excited for what comes next.